Hey guys, it's Iain Miles here. Look, I just wanted to use this as an opportunity to really thank you for signing up to the Approach Accelerator Webinar. Now remember, this is an free webinar, okay? It's absolutely free, there will be no charge. And I must say, I am really excited about giving the talk because I've been wanting to share this unique system with you for such a long time. So definitely tune in when the time comes in a few weeks. And please do see the video's description right down below if you'd like to find out more. Now, at this stage, some of you might be thinking, okay, Iain, well, look, I know that you can get attractive girls and I know that it works for you because you're a dating coach and you do this for a living. Plus, you know, you've been doing this for years. How will it possibly have an impact on a guy like me who doesn't go out? Now look, I can understand where you're coming from with this, but you know, what you have to realize is that I wasn't always like this. I didn't always have that amazing success with beautiful women either, okay? It is a process. Now, I actually started off with approach anxiety myself, and when I started to go out over a decade ago, it took me years to even be able to do a single approach. There would often be times where I would, you know, go to a club with a few friends and I would just be so overwhelmed by the whole place, you know, by the lights and by the whole atmosphere, you know, the lights and that loud music. And I would see these really beautiful girls. They would sometimes just surround me, but I just couldn't muster that courage to say something to them. It just felt so difficult and it felt completely out of my reality. And look, I did try to do a few approaches, but what I found was, you know, the girls would quickly lose interest and they just leave the interaction altogether. I had no clue what was going on at that time. And then obviously, you know, when you've been blown out a few times, it's so difficult to kind of motivate yourself to, you know, keep doing it. So yeah, that was my issue before. And it was only until I was at university that I started to take the whole thing a bit more seriously. The moment that changed for me was, you know, in relation to this girl that I used to hang out with at university. Now you guys probably already know the story. She was a pretty average looking girl and, you know, she used to hang out with my group of mates, that is, at the time. So our friends kept kind of egging me on to, you know, hook up with her and to date her, but it just didn't feel like me, you know, and the pressure got so high at one point that I just had to get myself out of there and I had to find myself a more attractive girl. And deep down, I felt that I could do better even though I wasn't getting any results at that time. So I then decided to go onto a self-development rampage. I committed to going out as much as I could in order to learn how to approach and how to attract those beautiful women. Now, there were even periods where I literally went out on my own for 7 days in a row and for weeks upon weeks on end in order to learn as much as I could and to kind of learn from all of my failures. So you can imagine how many times I got rejected in that period of time. But I basically learned the really hard way. So in terms of the place that you're at right now, if you're, say, a beginner, for instance, don't worry because look, I have been there as well. So I was pretty bad at dating, you know, when I started out. But let me just point out that I never struggled emotionally, okay? I was always super motivated to get those results. And then as a result, I started to get amazing results, unbelievable results in fact. And when I say unbelievable results, I was getting regular hookups multiple times a week, but I was also dating and I was in a few relationships with girls that I absolutely adored. They were complete stunners. I mean, I remember once waiting for one of my old girlfriends, you know, it was a long time ago and it was in the underground station. And when she appeared from that escalator smiling as she looked at me from afar and she made her way towards me, I kid you not, the lady who stood right next to me, she actually asked me if she was my girlfriend. So my point here is, you know, you too could easily get to this level with the right guidance and the right advice. And it's interesting because I remember coaching a guy once, you know, using the core of the Approach Accelerator system. Now this dates back a few years now, and he came all the way from the States, and you know, he was a really high level and a really ambitious type of guy. And what I mean is, he was quite high up in his career, very kind of work orientated. He was really intelligent, but he just struggled with women. He was just in a complete different headspace, and he couldn't initiate that small talk with women. So, when we met up for the first time, he also told me how, he was just too scared to approach a woman, mainly because he just couldn't deal with the thought, of being rejected in a public setting. Now, obviously, he was thinking negatively about the situation, but at the same time, I completely understood where he was coming from. It was fine. So I decided to take him on board, and we worked together over the course of a few weeks. And honestly, I was so thrilled when I started seeing him getting those amazing results and amazing success in his interactions. I felt really proud of myself, and I also felt really happy for the guy. I even remember on one such occasion that he actually took back 2 girls back to his place straight after we did a few approaches, from the daytime during one of our daytime coaching sessions. And I can tell you the full story some other time, but look, it was amazing. And I suppose, the real merit of this guy was that, he listened to everything that I said and he took action upon it. So it really is credit to him too for achieving those results. So if you too are ambitious in your career already, and if you really want to really understand and develop that confidence and that right mindset to a whole new level for your own well-being, then this free webinar is definitely for you. If you feel like you already get results with women, but you want to not simply have amazing social skills around women, but have that amazing confidence around women too, then this free webinar is for you too. And if you want to get past that feeling of rejection, and if you want to be able to approach women without an overwhelming kind of strong fear of rejection, you have come to the right place, my friend, because this webinar is for you. And finally, if you just want to really live a happier and a more fruitful life by feeling that confidence inside of you, and by having people around you who are drawn to you from your level of confidence, then I definitely stay tuned for my upcoming webinar on the 8th of March. Remember that life is far too precious to be wasting it away and not to be living it to the fullest. So don't wait another minute if you haven't already signed up to the Approach Accelerator webinar, because the places are going super fast. Anyway, thanks again for watching my video today, and do stay tuned at Karma TV. So today you were joined by Iain Miles from Karma Lifestyles, and I shall see you soon.